Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Subscriber Sunday show. So, as you can see, I have spoken to my consultant, Mayor Pig, and he said that I could get about 1% more viewers if I actually had this hat. So that's almost a half a subscriber, so it was worth it. And also it brings some personality, my swag hat. Brings some personality, and as you can see, I'm not in my YouTube shirt, so it's starting to get warm here in Cyprus. And speaking about Cyprus, I will jump directly to the next subject without cutting. And this episode, I promise you to show off some of my village here in Cyprus, so I'm gonna do that. Welcome to my street. This is where my street begins. On right up here we have a church that are dedicated to the Archangel Michael. So if you troll my channel, I can actually go in here and say a prayer, and the Archangel Michael will come and kick your ass. And as you have figured out, Cyprus people are very religious people. They build a lot of churches. One other thing you do when you have extra money and want some prestige, you build a church. So there are churches everywhere, and it's quite nice because they use a special technique to build all things. And we are closing into the church. It's a beautiful church. They like to build in stone, and they really have some skilled stone mason workers here in Cyprus. And this church is with binding agent between the blocks, but I will show you later that they have a technique where they doesn't use any binding agent like concrete or anything. And here is this technique. They use the stone's own weight to hold everything up, and they put small stones in the edges so it holds together. Let us continue down the street. This is the street where I live on. That house with the blue doors, they are living a Norwegian man, an older man. He seems nice enough. And as you can see, this is one of the reasons this village is called Voroklini, and I think it means, if I remember correctly, it means the village in the shade. And as you can see in the background, this is some mountain-like or hill-like background, and on the summer days it gives shadow here. So I live in the older part of Voroklini. So, and a very typical theme here in Cyprus, and probably in Greece also, is these blue shutters and blue doors. They like to paint them blue. I think it's a natural thing. So they really think they are Greek, so they even almost voted to join Greece before they become the land of Cyprus. And here I show off very fast. We almost didn't see it. The typical blue doors. They have like the cars also, and it's a strange thing by Cyprus cars. Either they are the cheap, smaller models, or they are the very big, expensive one, and not nothing between them. So either you have a cheap car, or you have a very expensive one. And the pickup trucks are very, very popular here, and we are soon moving in near my house, and this is one house I like. It's nice. You can sit outside there if you want to, and my house is the last one on the right, and this is my neighbors, older pair. They have a fantastic garden here, as you can see, very nice, with a lot of stuff. And as you see, here comes the expensive cars. And there in the opening to the right, there is where I live. And let's go to my drawer. Here is my out place with some grills and stuff. And here is my drawer. Let's get behind my house, and here we have a funny story. My landlord, he's 80s, UK, Cyprus, and when he was streaming this palm tree, he fell down and and he survived, so he felt obligated to do a shrine here with stones and things. Even that he is an atheist, tradition must be upheld here, so you can see there is a shrine but nothing in it. This is my outdoor place. Let us go up to my roof. This is a small out place on the roof, very nice, and I think it's very typical of the Mediterranean to have a roof where you can be at without having have to see people if you want to. So here is my roof, and it's not very exciting, but it's an exciting view at least. And here we have the hills I spoke about earlier, and I will show you a little bit of everything. Let's just pan my view a bit. You can see the ocean on the horizon. So this is the village of Vorreclini from my roof. So I live in this corner in the old part of the village. And it's very beautiful, of course. And as I hope it has been fun to see where I lived. Oh, and this was my street I live on, and as you can see it's very beautiful and the climate is excellent, so I really liked it there, and I really love it here on Cyprus, and I will speak more about Cyprus in my viewer questions because I got 2 of them, so I will try to tie it in to that. So let us see what's next on our agenda. And we have arrived to the strategy subject, and I will speak about this quite a length because I have an excellent idea for the next season of XCOM, and I want, if you other YouTubers are watching this idea I have, and I really liked if you could help me out, because I have thought about when I was around 5-6 years old. I had a friend with hearing disability. He was deaf on both ears, so he couldn't hear shit. So I could call in names without him knowing, but he could read a little bit lips, but he usually must communicate with sign language. So one of those activities we can do with each other without understanding us was playing computer game, and we played Super Mario Bros. And old PC gaming, and we played together, and that was a good bridge between us, because that we could communicating through the computer games. And one thing I have noticed, and I think is one of the things I really want to do. I want to do XCOM Season 3 in the closed caption twice a week or once a week. It depends how long I can do subtitles. I want to do let's play contents for deaf people, or whatever you want to call yourself. Don't get insulted if I insulted you. This was not my intention. So I want to do closed captioning, and I really want other YouTubers to also do it, because there is probably very little content, especially with Let's Play, with commentaries, and that's one of the platforms we can give back to that community, so they have a cool Let's Play and watch, and at the same time we are doing something good. It will help us, and it will help our viewers that can't hear a Let's Play, because most of the part of the format of Let's Play is about the commentaries. So and I think there are too little content in that department, and if you can just do one show per week, or one a month, or anything, but just closed captioning, so we can bring Let's Plays to people that can't hear so well. So and that could be give something extra back to the community, and we as content makers we can do a good thing that also would also benefit us, because I think that you can get a new viewer base you never had before, and still do the same stuff you do. The only thing is you have to do closed captioning. I think it's an excellent idea, and I really want to do it, and I'm gonna do it as soon as I'm done with this XCOM season. I will start doing that, and I want, if you want to be a part of this project, contact me, and maybe we can find out the way so we can work together, so we can promote your own closed caption show. So okay, this was a long subject, but I think it's a good subject, and I know most of my viewers are probably not hearing disabled in any way, but I think life is about giving, and when you give to people, you feel good about it, and it's all about that. So I think you should actually try to be a better person. At least I try. And trying is everything, because if you don't try, you don't do anything. So let us try, and if you want to be a part of it, and we can help each other out. Maybe we can help each other out. I can actually give my time. If you do a slow show, I can give the extra time to do your subtitles. I'm prepared to do that, just because I know it is a thing. I would feel like I give something extra to the world, so I'm willing to do that. So enough with that. So that was my strategy for strategy games for hearing disables. Okay, thank you very much. And we have arrived to the stealth subject, and this is it's a core for alien isolation. It has been a good experiment. I learned a lot, even with few episodes, and especially Beranie has led me into a path where the face cam is just, I will use facecam, and it took me 4 episodes to decide how I will do it, and I will do it like smileys in sentences. When you write on the internet, you show emotion with smileys, and I will use the facecam in the same manner. So I will use it when I show emotion, so you don't have to have my distracting gaming face. I'm going over there. And that's not much, it's just distracting, and it can destroy some of the fantastic atmosphere in that game. So I think it's about just showing emotions. I will show it when I'm scared of things, or I think stuff are fun, so it would be like smileys in a video, a face cam with that does smileys. So I think that's a good metaphor. It's my face, it's for my videos, the face cam will be. And that was all on that subject. And we have arrived to the playing subject, and I'm playing Deus Ex Human Revolution at my sub channel, and the interest has been quite low, but I don't really care, because I know it would be, because most people have already played it or seen it before. It's an old game, and I'm not disappointed at all. I know it's a content that fits my general genre for right now. Almost all my videos right now is about science fiction related games. So I'm thinking about actually when I start a new phase, to leave the science fiction phase when I'm done with this series, and start digging maybe more into the fantasy genre in all the games, or some other games. So I think I will go in that direction later on, but right now all my let's play is almost related to science fiction, so I will continue that way until it's done. Well, thank you. And we have arrived to the viewer questions, and the first question I got, maybe not the first, so don't get angry, but yes, the Underdog asked me why I choose the Xbox system over the PS4 system for the new consoles, and actually it's a very easy answer for me, because my nephew and I have played on that system for 9 years. I have all my friends there. If I had left the Xbox platform, I will leave them behind also, and I play with my nephew every Thursday, and that's a very cool activity we can do even when he is in Sweden, so that's one of the reasons. So I will actually choose forget about all the technical stuff, because the most important thing, I'm thinking, gaming, if you want to have fun, pick a system where what your friends have is more important. The graphics, you can play along with your 5K PC, but if all your friends are playing on console, you won't be a part of their community, and you can't play with them, and then your fantastic graphic and game experience is only you have nobody to share it with. So that's I think a very good question. And actually one very important matter about the PlayStation for me, but I never really liked PS3 controller. I thought it was awkward, and the controls are awkward in the beginning, especially for me, that comes from the PC gaming, and so it was very hard for me to adapt to it, but the Xbox control adapted anyway. So oops. And as you can see here, this is the old Xbox controller, and this is the new one. And as you can see, they are almost a copy with each other, and that's a good thing, because I have spent 8-9 years with this controller and I get used to it, and I really love it. When I got my Xbox, I just picked up this control, and there is no difference. As you can see, all the buttons is the same. The only thing they have changed are that this button goes more down there, so it's easier to click and control, but all the controls are exactly the same. So the conversion to the new one has been without any difference. I'm very it's a little bit difference. These sticks are a little bit more stiffer than the old one, but they are at the same place and the same. And yeah, they are almost similar, so that's one of the reasons. And so that's a very easy reason for me, because I can just pick up the controller and play my new games like nothing happened, and that's a very good advantage for me. But I can say to you, if you only choose your platform around technicalities, if you have a lot of money, buy a super rig PC and you will have a gaming experience that can't compete with any. You will have it top notch, but if you choose in between the consoles and you don't have a preference around hand controls and so on, I will actually go for the technical more advantage is for the PS4. They are a little bit better, but just to show the difference, I actually wonder how big the difference was between there in the resolution. So I compared it to a game I liked, Thief. So in Thief for the new consoles, this much, okay, here is my screen, and this much is how much I can go down now. This much on both bottom and top, that's what I'm missing from this kind of screen, and I think I will never notice the difference. But if it's important for you, those extra centimeters it's like this much. If that's important for you, go with the PS4, because it's stronger in the graphic department at least. So if that's important for you, but I can stand PlayStation controls. I'm sorry, I can't. And maybe it's my hands that are made for Xbox. Okay, that was a long answer, but I think it was a good explanation why I went with it. But the main reason was that I'm already invested. Like all the game I buy digital on Xbox, I get 10% kickback, as I am been on that system for a very long time, and the reward system, I'm very high in that. So it was like, if I went with the PS4, I would have to throw all that out. And the next Euro question is from Beranie. What language is spoken in your part of the country, Greek or Turkish, and how well do you speak it? I live in the Greek part of Cyprus, so there is Greek, but my Greek is worse, because the hard thing about Cyprus is that for not long time ago, about 40 years ago, this was a colony of England, so they are very good in English, and there are living 1 million people in the Greek part of Cyprus, and most of them have 1.5 million relatives outside. Most of them live in UK and USA, so when they are going studying, they go to USA or UK and live with relatives while they are studying, so their English is excellent. So it's very hard, because they don't want to talk Greek with me, they want to speak English with me. Maybe some older people, but my Greek is very, very bad. I can only count a bit, and some easy newbie things I can do with that language. Okay, that's enough. And Pred has a question here, and so I'm going to ask you a non-gaming question for next week. What led you to Cyprus? It was about 3 years ago. I always have very hard problems with depressions in the winter in Sweden, especially in my part of Sweden where I left in the southern part, because we didn't get snow, so it was not very light. We only got cloudy skies, and that was like one Sunday as a sunny day per month when you can get some light. So it was a very, very depressing environment. It's not like other parts in Sweden where there's snow and the snow is light and it reflects light. In my part it was just rain and rain with snow, so it was both cold and dark place. So I decided when I went out the job, and my family, my father and my grandmother lives here in Cyprus, so I went to them and decided to stay the winter at least 1 month. After a month I just stayed, and 3 years later I'm still here, and one of the better improvements in my life is that I'm much more happier, and I think you always should let your happiness have the priority in life. There are things in Sweden that are better in Cyprus, but the climate has made my life so much more happier, and I think that's the important thing. Happiness is after all your quality of life, and my quality of life has risen a lot in Cyprus. And maybe I don't have as much money as I used to have, and I miss some of my friends, but overall my life is better now, and so don't be afraid to move around, because sometimes you find a place you want to stay, and don't be afraid to try. Okay, we are arrived to the end of this Subscriber Sunday, and I think if I have to summarize my 4 other Subscriber Sundays, this has worked exactly what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be where all my viewers could gather and see what things I do on the channel and read comments from other viewers, because most of my viewers are just watched one of my ongoing series, and sometimes they doesn't watch the other, so they maybe feel, especially my channel is so small, so they maybe feel a little bit alone in the channel, because they maybe were one of the few people that are commenting on one series. But my subscribe show is for everyone, because they can summarize and get to know me, and I think it's a good thing to get to know me, because that's one of the things I really wanted. I wanted my gaming channel to be personal, and I want the viewers to get to know me, so it's more fun to watch me play a game, because they know a lot of things about me, and I've become a person, not just a commentator. So I think I have succeeded to become a person in your eyes, and an online presence. Otherwise you will just hear my voice and you know nothing about me. But now I'm the guy, the stupid Swedish guy saying stupid shit on his show, okay? Almost all S's, but I almost succeeded. And now I have a hat, so I'm just trying to make people to remember my channel. I want them, when they watch a video, okay, I know that guy. He's stupid, or he's silly, or he's killed, and so on. And I think the Subscriber Sunday is my personal time with my viewers, and my viewers can see other viewers from other series, so they can combine together, and that's worked very well. And I think it's the Subscriber Sunday is my most popular series on this week, and that was actually the point of it, because I wanted one show that everyone could watch, even if you just watch strategy yourself or something other on my channel. This is for all of you. This subscribers show is, after all, a Subscriber Sunday is about the subscribers and the viewers. If you just are so if you're shy and don't want to subscribe, you can sneak peek anyway. But okay, that's what all for this Subscriber Sunday, and as always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. And I mean that, don't forget to subscribe.